Hello, and welcome back to Beyond the Northern Wall, your weekly talk show with Core, with me, your host, Kayla Malari. Now, this is part 6 of the anime series. For those new to Beyond the Northern Wall, every week I tune in here Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we talk about something related to Core, whether it's video games, anime, like we've been doing for this series, even astrology, nightmares, history of Core, dance performances, what have you. This week is part 6 of the anime series, and actually this is a very important episode, so I need everyone out there to really be paying attention. If you're here, I'm so glad you're here because we have a serious problem. And it's although I get a little silly when I talk about serious stuff, it's not a silly thing. This is a serious thing. So we have to address it. And it's very prevalent in the anime community. So if you out there are part of the anime community, which means if you like anime, you're part of that community. If you go online and you watch anime, or you find AMVs, or you read fan fiction, or you go on Tumblr, or you like fan art, or you chat with other friends and other anime fans, if you buy the products, if you watch all of the little OVAs, if you download the opening themes, if you dance to the closing themes, if you like anime of any capacity, if you cosplay, then this problem is also your problem. And the problem is the same problem that we have had for years. And that problem is racism. We have a serious problem in the anime community, and I need you, if you are tuning into this live right now, please pay attention to me. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Racism is a huge problem in the anime community. Is it only in the anime community? Of course not. It's everywhere. It's in every fan base. It's in everyday life. It's when you go to the store. It's when you talk to people on the street. It's when you go to class, online or in person. Racism is everywhere. But I'm going to address it in the anime community because something happened in the anime community. Recently, on TikTok, a beautiful, absolutely stunning cosplayer cosplayed as Hinata from Naruto. If you don't know who Naruto is, now I'm going to say it like that, Naruto. If you don't know who Naruto is and you don't know who Hinata is, then I don't know what's going on. We all know who that is. We all know Naruto. We all know Hinata. She cosplayed as that character, put it on TikTok. Looked perfect. Down to a T, perfect. It just so happened she's a black cosplayer. And the amount of backlash she got for cosplaying Hinata and any other anime character for that matter resulted in her for a time deleting her account and leaving because the amount of insults, racial slurs, and comments that came at her was absolutely disgusting. Now, if you're out there, listen to this. She came back because she got a wave of support. But here's the thing. All the Band-Aids in the world, no matter how many you hoard, won't stop you from that first cut bleeding. How do you stop a first cut from bleeding? You don't cut. You draw no blood. Those comments shouldn't have been there in the first place. Are they going to keep coming? Yes. But it's a weird thing that everyone's resigned to just be like, there are going to be trolls. There are going to be racist people. And you know what? I say no. We're not going to resign to the trolls and to people being racist in our anime community. It's not okay. It's never going to be okay. And now we have to make it not okay. I'm lucky. I get to cosplay Hanji. And I've never heard a single word against me as Hanji. Am I Japanese? No. Do I look exactly like her? You know what? No, I don't. The only reason no one says anything about me being Hanji is because of my lighter skin. I used to be a lot browner. When I was younger, I used to be a lot darker. I think brown skin is beautiful. I think darker skin is absolutely beautiful. I don't look like Hanji. Right now, I don't. I'm not wearing her glasses. I don't have her hair. I don't have the same nose. We're the same height. We don't have the same body type. I put on the wig and I put on the glasses and I put on an Attack on Titan jacket and people tell me I look exactly like Hanji. It doesn't matter. Someone with darker skin than me who has her exact same nose and her eye color can put on a wig and a glasses and they would also look exactly like Hanji. Do you know why? Because Hanji is an animated character. That character is animated. The color of that character's skin doesn't take away that Hanji is a genius, doesn't take away that Hanji is a scientist, doesn't take away that Hanji is absolutely out there bat crazy, doesn't take away that they are the commander of the Survey Corps, doesn't take away everything that they did in the anime or the manga. The color of their skin doesn't dictate what we love about that character. So the color of a cosplayer's skin shouldn't dictate whether it's accurate or not. Racism is not allowed. And the fact that we wait until something like this happens is not okay. I'm going to share with you some examples that Korra has faced because you best believe, even though we are 30 deep and so many of us respect each other, we respect every walks of life, every ethnicity, culture, color of the skin, orientation, religion, whatsoever, it doesn't matter because even though we have a whole squad behind our backs, we still have to feel some pushback. Unfortunately, there are so many beautiful dancers on my team that have had to deal not just with racism, but just with people in the anime community calling them out and being rude and saying terrible things because they didn't look exactly like the character. Par exemple, on our Plus Ultra video, our Plus Ultra video, where we are dancing as the students of Class 1A, a comment came through just recently. And this person wasn't being initially racist, but it's called a microaggression for a reason. They weren't trying to say anything mean. They weren't trying to point out anything racially bad. But what they commented astounded me and astounded all of Core because honestly, it just blew my mind, the veil that is over people's eyes. The comment said, you know what's funny? Majority of Class 1A is white, save for characters like Tokoyami because he's part bird. I read that comment and a bunch of us reply back. But I replied back to that one in particular because I was upset, but I was more confused than I was upset because, and this is what I wrote back. I said, I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you're saying. Because majority of Class 1A in Boku no Hero Academia is Japanese. Except for maybe Aoyama, who's half French, but they're not white. That just goes to show how much of a veil people have when they watch anime. A Japanese animation with Japanese characters in Japan speaking Japanese. Because they're lighter skinned, suddenly they're white. And suddenly because they're white, now anyone who's darker than white can't cosplay them. We have watched and seen the rare few that slip through that call out our Ida for not being lighter skinned. We've said it before, we'll say it again, we'll say it till the end of time. Shellen is the perfect Ida. Down to he's fast. Oh, a beautiful comrade messaged me. I posted a picture of him on my story and the cutest little comrade was like, is he also really fast? And I said, you know what? He is. He's really fast when he runs. And it made her so happy. It was adorable. And I took a picture of that and I sent it to Shell. And he was like, oh, precious baby. It made his day. I mean, the perfect Ida. And we still, every once in a while, again, rare, but we still have to filter through that once in a blue moon comment. about Shellen being black. Guess what? Shellen's part Asian. So he's closer to it than anyone here in America. In Boku no Hero, do people not remember the sports festival arc? Do you not remember when Americans came to the school and the depiction of the mangaka and the animators of what Americans are, of us, what we look like? And yes, I do mean we. I'm not white, but I am an American. I'm a United States citizen. I identify with America. If I ever made it to the Olympics, I'm not representing the Philippines because I don't live there. Not because I'm Filipino. I'm Filipino American. If I went to the Olympics, dear Lord in heaven, I don't know what I got into the Olympics for, but I'd be representing the United States of America because that's what I am. It doesn't matter what my ethnicity is. It doesn't matter what the color of my skin is. I'm still an American. So anyways, the Americans come over and I died laughing what they thought we looked like. They animated it. So if you're wondering if there are white people or Americans in Boku no Hero Academia, they show you exactly what they are. So it just proves to you that the ethnicity is there. Is it prevalent in like the storyline of Deku? Is Deku's ethnicity in anywhere? No, other than the fact that he lives in Japan. He lives in Japan. You have to know he lives in Japan because everything's different. The culture is different. That's why they tell the story that way. That's why they go to school that way. That's why they do the things that they do. That's why they have a sports festival. We don't have sports festivals in America, in the United States. I didn't go to a sports festival when I was middle school. So it's a Japanese story. And yet you have the audacity and the gall to tell someone that they're majority white, that a black cosplayer can't cosplay a Japanese character, but a white person can cosplay a Japanese character. If we are really going for accuracy, which this isn't about accuracy, it's about racism. If we're really going about accuracy, then no one can cosplay except for Japanese people, which, you know what? At this point, if we can't be better about ourselves, I'm totally down for that option. Only Japanese people can cosplay anime characters because all anime characters are Japanese. I'm down for that. I won't ever cosplay Hanji again because people are terrible and unfortunately we all have to reap the consequences of their terrible actions. Or we can make no space for them. Not grace. We don't have grace for racism. People say cancel culture. Yeah, sorry. I want to cancel racism. My bad. I think you should cancel racism. I don't think there should be like, oh, but they don't know better. No. If you're a human, if you're a Homo sapien, heck, if you're a Neanderthal, if you grew up with other humanoids around you, if you grew up interacting in any capacity with anyone around you, you have no reason to be racist. It doesn't matter if it's in your home life. Welcome to the club. Everyone grew up with a racist family member or someone there, but you interact with people. Did you go out to school? Do you go out and work? Do you see other people? It doesn't matter if you've never met a black person before. Doesn't mean you treat them any different. Doesn't matter if you never met a Middle Eastern person before. You don't treat them any different. By the color of their skin, by the ethnicity in their face and in their culture, you shouldn't treat them differently. Now, if they're a terrible person, by all means, if someone's terrible, don't be like, they're just killing people because that's just how they were. No, I mean, that's a different story. But if you are literally judging them just on their facial features alone, on the color of their skin, there is something seriously wrong with you. And that's the problem in the anime community right now. That people have a problem with black cosplayers. But here's the thing, a problem indicates that something's wrong. Well, guess what? That cosplayer is not doing anything wrong. So if you have a problem with a cosplayer who happens to be black, then sorry, you're the problem because there's something wrong with you. It is so sad that so many black cosplayers have to band together behind other black cosplayers in order to quell the racism. So many amazing cosplayers, white, Hispanic, Latin, Middle Eastern, Asian, South Asian, darker skin Asian, have had to band together on TikTok to speak out against this and be like, we can't just leave it to the POC community. We can't just leave it to them, to the women. We can't just leave it to the LGBTQ plus community. We can't just leave it to these communities to take care of these terrible people in it. We have to literally band together. If you love anime, if you love Naruto, if you love Dragon Ball Z, if you love Demon Slayer, if you know Boku no Hero Academia, if you love One Piece, if you love Fairy Tail, if you love Bleach, if you love Attack on Titan, if you love any single anime, then you know that the person that you look up to, that main character, is standing up for what's right no matter what the consequences. Most likely, because it's a shonen and because it's an anime, they're standing up against the vast majority for what's right because the vast majority is comfortable with doing what's wrong. But that main character stands up and they fight, and it's hard, and we see them get beat up, and we see them get beat down, and we see them fall time and time again, and we watch them get up time and time again. And every time they get up, they inspire a new character to change, a new character to join their ranks, until suddenly at the end of the anime, they're standing with a whole army. That is us. If you are okay with saying racial slurs, or someone you know saying racial slurs, do you think someone like Naruto would want to be your friend? Do you think Levi or Hanji would take a second look at you? Do you think Ichigo would take his... No. All these characters would look at you and be like, wow, really? There are more important things than you to be a terrible person. You think little Tanjiro, little Tanny, sweet little Hufflepuff Tanny, is going to give you the time of day with how much caring he has in his heart? If you love anything outside of anime, if you love Star Wars and you want to work for the rebellion and you want to be a Jedi Knight, if you cheered for Katniss in the Hunger Games, if you looked up to any one of these characters, if you were with Harry and the Golden Trio fighting against the Ministry of Magic when none of them believed that the Dark Lord was back, if you stand with Dumbledore's army, you will stand against racism, and you won't be quiet about it, and you won't think, well, I'm not racist, so I don't have to do anything. No, do something. Dear Lord in heaven, it doesn't matter if you're not racist. There are racist people out there, so your job isn't done. We have to do this together. It is disgusting that in 2021, we are still having to watch so many beautiful cosplayers get downtrodden because of the color of their skin. I didn't know. I legitimately did not know that monkey was considered a slur. We use that in my culture, at least in my household. The term monkey was an endearment, loving. It was something within my family that we always used. And then to watch it be used as a racial slur against the Black community is horrifying and disgusting. And whoever started that, I hate you. You're terrible. You are literally terrible. Like, people commented that on a cosplayer's account. Didn't matter that her wig was perfect. It didn't matter that her makeup was on point. It didn't matter that she literally had every detail down and that she was a gorgeous woman. For some reason, they felt the need, through the anonymity of the internet and for social media, to say these terrible things. And it's possible you can quell it. It happened. It happened on Core, on our beautiful TikTok. One of our beautiful dancers, my absolutely drop dead gorgeous soulmate, posted her duet with me on TikTok. And there was even a whiff, the slightest inkling that someone was going to say something. One comment within a minute goes up. Sasha looks a little wrong. You cannot believe the slur of comrades coming to bat for my beautiful soulmate. Before we could, you best believe, the minute we all saw that, we were all ready to go. And she just messaged us and she was like, yo, comrades coming in clutch. So many comments. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? She literally looks perfect. She looks exactly like Sasha. That's Sasha. I don't know what you're talking about. Something wrong with your eyes? I don't know what you're seeing, but we're seeing Sasha Browse. That's how you do it. You band together. Because literally, I don't know what the rest of that sentence was going to be, but it was, even if it wasn't going to be bad, it still would have been, I'm sorry, stupid. You make comments like that, you're stupid. There's no reason to do that. And I'm asking you guys out there because you have to do it with your friends. If you let your friends say terrible things, even just within the confines of yourself, you're adding to this aggravated culture of it. If you don't push it down right away, you're adding to it. And you have to take responsibility for it. So many people are like, I'm not ready for the front lines. I'm not ready to speak up. Yeah, everyone in their own time, but you can't use that excuse for the rest of your life. You just can't. Take it from someone who used to never speak, the shyest of the shy. So many people are like, I don't talk to, yeah, trust. You can go back and you can talk to all of my friends in school, or heck, even a lot of my teachers, and be like, Kayla was the shyest little nugget. I literally was like, if I didn't know what was going on, you best believe she didn't raise her hand. I was like, oh gosh, I gotta figure this out because I don't want Nifa and Soulmate, I don't talk to anyone. When we go out to conventions, sometimes she gets real introverted and I'm like, I can't even ask for directions. I can't even pay the toll man at the door. Someone's got to do this for me. I can't do it with people. I'm so nervous and shy and I can't do it. But that's not an excuse. If someone says anything to my dancers, you best believe being shy isn't an excuse. Being nervous isn't an excuse. It doesn't matter. You stand up for what's right. Naruto had no one on his side. He was completely ostracized. He was absolutely pushed aside by all of his village. And he didn't use that as an excuse. He never used it as an excuse to come forward and say what was right, to stand up for what he believes in. And it goes beyond cosplay. It goes beyond into the world of everything. If we had live actions, if you did a live action of these animes and you casted blindly and you had all these different POC, all these different colors of these characters, that's still correct. Because again, guess what? The ethnicity doesn't matter. The color of their skin doesn't matter to the story. You need an actor who can portray what it's like to be Naruto, to be pushed aside, to be looked down upon, to have no one have any expectations of you other than to be like, you're the pariah of the village. Pretty sure if you got a black actor that could kill that role, he can relate. Probably better than any other actor. And if he's doing the role justice, yeah, cast him. Like, have you guys seen Bridgerton on Netflix or The Great on Hulu? These period dramas where, they're talking about the hierarchy out in the higher society out in England, or talking about the aristocracy out in Russia. Did they have any Asians or African Americans or Africans or Indians or East Indians in their ranks? No. But you best believe those actors are representing those characters in those shows. And it's beautiful because they casted the right characters for it. The color of their skin does not determine whether or not the story gets told correctly. Now, I'm sorry, you can't flip it around. You can't, cast anyone white in Moonlight. That's just not going to fly because, unfortunately, the story of Moonlight is about being black in America. That's like a thing. That's a different story. You can't cast someone white in Parasite because, again, it doesn't work. It doesn't tell a story. You can't cast someone white in Crazy Rich Asians because the story, they do. We have to deal with that. As much as I love ScarJo, as much as I love Black Widow, and I think Scarlett Johansson is actually phenomenal in a lot of the movies she's done, when they casted her in Ghost of the Shell, yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. And that's literally what we're talking about. You can't whitewash these characters that aren't white. If a black cosplayer cosplays as Hinata, freaking let her. What is the problem? Honestly, what is the problem? And you have to go through the effort to leave a mean comment on TikTok to tell her that? That means something's wrong with you. And you're probably someone, if you're leaving mean comments like that, you're probably someone who can't handle mean comments like that being said to them. You're probably the most fragile person in the world. And I don't know, people are like, well, but they're projecting, they're just mean outwards because they don't know how to love themselves. I'm sorry. No. It's not that they don't know how to love themselves. And they're probably alone, not because no one loves them. It's because they don't know how to love other people. Everyone's so about the inwardness, like, I need to love myself. How about you take a second, learn how to love other people, learn how to care about someone else, learn how to consider someone else, and then guess what? You're going to see that reciprocated back because humans like nice people. If you're not a nice person, it's probably why you don't want friends. Be nice. Just be nice. And if some people are like, but my friends are mean, well, then be nice and stop being friends with mean people. Don't be friends with people that are going to leave mean comments on someone's social media. Don't be friends with someone who's going to hide behind an anonymous zero icon and say a racial slur. As so many on Core have had to deal with, I've dealt with my fair share of racial slurs. Just walking out. On New Year's Day, I helped someone into the building who got locked out. And he got upset. That's literally what happened. He locked himself out. He had a bag of food. And I asked him, were you delivering something? And that sent him off into a long tirade of racial slurs against me. Inaccurate racial slurs because I'm not Chinese. So that was weird because I was like, I think those are all wrong. So I'm like not even offended, but I'm also more offended because we're in a public place and this is my home and there are families around, and I'm so glad no kids are showing up here. So we've all dealt with our fair share of racism in the world. On Core, we've had to deal with it. Not even just racism, just cruel remarks. So many cosplayers have an issue with accurately portraying body type. Oh gosh, are we still on that subject of cosbod? This is all a personal thing. This has nothing to do with anyone else. I hate hashtag cosbod. I think that is the dumbest hashtag that's ever been, because every body is a cosplay body. Really? People are like, that's not a proper Inosuke because he doesn't have rippling muscles. Yeah, Inosuke is a drawing. People don't actually look like that. If you want Goku to really have all those muscles and someone showed up like that, I'd be like, someone get him to the hospital, because he has rippling pectorals and extra bulges in places where I'm not sure you're supposed to have a bulge. I'm pretty sure that's an inflated lymph node, and he's probably got to go to the hospital because he has like a virus in him. Hashtag cosplay. Everybody is a cosplay body. Cosplay is for everyone. It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter if your cosplay is 100% accurate or if you're just bounding. It doesn't matter if you had $1,000 invested into your cosplay or you had $2 and a scarf you found at the back of your closet in order to play Mikasa from Attack on Titan. It doesn't matter. You want to cosplay? You do you, boo-boo. You're probably going to look great. And honestly, all of this stigma, even for people that haven't felt it firsthand, it does trickle down and it stops them from cosplaying certain characters. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've wanted Rostin to cosplay as Natsu. Years ago, Natsu is one of his favorite characters from Fairy Tail. For so long, he wanted to cosplay as Natsu. And I kept asking, I was like, it's such an easy cosplay. Like, that's so good. Why don't you cosplay as that? For Anime Expo, like on one of the days where we're not. And he so quietly and so calmly told me, he's like, well, no, I can't cosplay Natsu. And I said, why? And with all the nonchalance in the world, he was like, well, I'm too dark. And that broke my heart. So what a joy it was for all of us when Shellen killed Natsu in Across the Multiverse. He puts on that pink wig and that vest and those pants, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you literally look like Natsu. And then Sonali put on the Lucy, and I said, weird, you look like Lucy in a blonde wig. It's weird. When Soulmate was Winry, it fit like a glove. When Bro TP was Hawkeye, looks exactly like her. When Jason was Mustang, I was like, this is weird. It took me like 40 minutes to style his hair exactly. His hair was all over the place. He let it grow out. He hated it. He hated that he had to let his hair grow out for Mustang. But that poof on Jason's head, 40 minutes of me trying to slick it with mousse and gel and hairspray, and we got it to look like Mustang. And I said, holy cow, who are you? You're Mustang. It's amazing. Shishi as Armstrong. Oh, when he went full Armstrong and he took off his shirt for the battle scene, so perfect. And he had to deal with backlash for that. He looked great as Armstrong. So good. He was working out, he was getting fit, and someone commented to his face at the con and said, you probably should have hit the gym a couple more times before you did this performance. And he didn't tell me until way later. He didn't tell me until after the con was done. I was livid. I was like, oh, why didn't you tell me? I was dressed as Greed. I could have gone bat butt crazy on him right then and there in the con. I would have burst a vessel, because what a rude thing you say to someone who just performed on stage and was amazing in it, who performed for you. And you have the audacity to go up to him and tell him that, oh my God, the fact that there are people out there that are like that, we need to stop them. We need to stop them together. Just say it. Just call it out right away. So many times people try to take the higher road. I saw the best TikTok. It cracked me up. This girl was like, people always telling me to take the higher road. But you know what? There's traffic up there. Everybody be taking the higher road. You know what? I'm going to take the side road. I'm going to take the side road to Petty. I'm going to get there way faster to the other side of this situation. And you know what? I couldn't even blame her. I couldn't even blame her for that. Because we take the high road and we delete comments like that. We go, oh, there's a troll, just delete it. But then there's no consequences. People not having to deal with consequences is what triggers this behavior to happen over and over and over again, and just a vicious cycle. So you know what? No more, y'all. We gotta stand together. We gotta hold hands, Buffy style, and we gotta push back against the terrible, terrible people in the world, especially in the anime community, where so many of us who feel so ostracized and so separated from the rest of society go for a safe haven, go for acceptance, go for love, go for community. And then some of us who go into this community for safety find that we are not safe in there because, oh, you're a Black cosplayer, you're not safe in here because people are gonna say the same things in here that they say out there. So what the heck? What the heck, y'all? Do something, say something, stand up for it. It is amazing. I'm trying to catch up with what you guys are saying. Yeah, Bro TV said it perfectly. A lot of girls can play boys, boys can play girls, non-binaries can play non-binaries, non-binaries can play binaries. It doesn't matter. Straight can be straight, gay can be gay, it doesn't matter. I don't know why like I said last time, there is no bouncer to the community of anime. There's no one checking your ID and giving you a wristband to join anime. Literally anyone can join. That's the same thing with the cosplay community. Literally anyone can cosplay. My parents cosplay. You think anyone's telling my parents they can't cosplay? You think someone's going up to my dad, this Filipino man, who dressed up as Dumbledore in his very first cosplay that me and my mom made for him, and told him, you don't look like Dumbledore because you're not an old British white guy. No, he's going around going, blah, and waving his wand around, and you're like, oh, there goes Dumbledore. Wow, he's real. He kind of reminds me of Mr. Bane and Goofy. If someone went up to my parents and said they couldn't cosplay as Dumbledore and McGonagall, you best believe you're not seeing a nice person that day. I'd be like, you're not allowed to be here because terrible and stupid people shouldn't be allowed to be anywhere. You shouldn't be allowed to speak to other people if you're going to say something so stupid and so terrible. It shouldn't just be if we're going to have bouncers, we got to be bouncers for the terrible, stupid, racist people. How about that? Let's do that. I'm down for that. Doesn't mean fight fire with fire. Don't fight. Don't just yell insults back at them. If they start saying racist things, tell them, hey, you know what? No one wants that. No one likes that. And you should stop. Go away. Had to put that on a comment on TikTok just recently. On a comment that was terrible. And I said, hey, this was unnecessary. This was really rude and the worst and disgusting. So please unfollow us because we don't want you following us. We're not about the follower count. We're all about the community. We want people joining us on our social media and out in the audience and watching our performances who love anime as much as we do. That's it. That's all. And even the small microaggressions that happen out there. So many people have gone up to me in Sonali and been like, do you guys even watch the animes that you're performing? And half the time, even stuff like that, I'm like, why are you talking to me? Yes. What? Why would me and Sonali dress up as characters? Force our friends to dress up as characters with us if we didn't watch the anime? Let's just arbitrarily pick a cartoon we saw, labor or pay for these amazing, intricate cosplays because we didn't watch it? What a weird question. People ask that. See, that sounds just as dumb as saying Hinata is not black. All of this sounds so dumb. You're like, I don't know why you're speaking and why you think your words. If you're raised with other humans, you should know this. And guess what? If you were raised by wolves, you still don't have an excuse because the wolves have a great community. They're all about respect themselves. So no one has an excuse to be racist. Serious problem in the anime community. Today, and especially this month, and most importantly, beyond this month, make sure you're supporting POCs out there because that's what happens when you're a minority. You're a minority. That doesn't mean attack the white community. That's 100% not what it means. No, they're part of the anime community too. White, black, Asian, brown, yellow, purple, orange, green, spoon. all of them are part of the anime community. So we accept all of them and we defend all of them. So go out, go follow a Black cosplayer. Go follow a Middle Eastern cosplayer. Go follow a Southeast Asian cosplayer. Go follow a brown cosplayer. And look at they're probably doing great, and just show them some support, because honestly, it makes a difference. Holy cow, does support make a difference? One person can make or break someone. One mean comment can be the straw that breaks the camel's back. One great act of support, one "you did awesome," one "you are beautiful" could be the one difference in that person's day to lift them back up, to give them that extra oomph and a little bit of extra spite just to push on and do their next cosplay. Honestly, it's just... I know, it's weird. Cosplay is costume playing. Like, it's weird that there are people that feel this entitlement to say or judge anyone else. Like, even judges for cosplay contests aren't like that. That's weird. The audacity. I wonder. Well, no, I do wonder. Where do they get that confidence? It's so dumb. It's like the dumbest confidence. Where do they get it? It's weird. Right? It's great because there are 113 people in this live right now. And I guarantee probably all of you are amazing human beings that literally have no capacity to tolerate racism of any kind. And that is awesome. Imagine if we're going to pyramid scheme this. Imagine if 113 of us went out and stopped 2 people from being racist. And then those 2 people stopped 2 people. Holy cow. We'd be in the Shinobi 4th War in no time. And then we'll be the end of Naruto. And then everyone will be happy and in their proper spots. And we can move on to Boruto, to the younger generation, and watch them kind of screw it up and do our best to show them the right way. I was rewatching Demon Slayer because it's been like a year. And I was amazed because with most shonen, it's a Gryffindor. A Gryffindor is the one leading the way. Brave, courage, blah, blah, blah. Amazing. Gryffindor. The anti-heroes are usually Slytherin. Misunderstood, dark past, blah, blah, blah. But super ambitious, but gets their heart melted. And then I loved Boku no Hero Academia because they put a Ravenclaw as the main character. Little Deku with his notebook, doing his best. Sticking to the traditions of what it means to be a hero. To put a smile on your face no matter how hard it is, because everyone's looking at you to really lift them up. Working so hard with everything he's got in order to become a hero. Loved it. Then I put on Demon Slayer. And I remember watching it for the first time with my soulmate, because I needed to react to her face. I just need her to, her and my sister are to this Slytherin, they're my emotional support Huffle. I needed her there. And when I watched little Tanny for the first time in Demon Slayer, I was like, oh my gosh, he's a Hufflepuff. He cares so much about people and demons and everything. He has so much capacity for love in his heart. And there are people who watch Demon Slayer, who love Demon Slayer, who cosplay Demon Slayer. And some of those people out there are saying these terrible things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if Tanny heard you, 1, he'd probably cry because you broke his dang little Huffle heart. 2, he'd probably be disgusted because he couldn't imagine being that cruel. And then 3, he'd probably decapitate you because you're probably a demon, because he's like, people aren't that rude and cruel. You're a demon, time to go. Even though you're a demon, and I understand that you probably have your own backstory, doesn't matter. You can't just hurt people because that's the way you were made. Nope, dead, gone. It's just the truth, y'all. It's just the truth. So, for Black History Month, and for every history month that comes after, celebrating all the beautiful cultures in this world. And then beyond that, much beyond that, because it's every single day for the rest of your life, be a better person and stand up against racism. Seriously. It's hard. Is it going to be hard? It's going to be so hard. It's going to be the worst. There's some days you're going to be so angry. I've literally had an impassioned reaction to people being racist or compliant with racism and have had backlash for that. Literal backlash going, why are you so angry? I don't understand why she's so angry. Like we didn't say anything. People who were just compliant with being like, I don't want to do anything. Or I'm worried about myself. And I got upset for that. And I said, it's not about you. It's about, this was during like the Black Lives movement, which is still going on. But Black Lives, when it came to its climax last summer, and I'm talking to other people about it, and they're like, why are you so impassioned? And I was looked down on for how passionate I got, how angry I got. They were so confused why I was so angry. And I was like, are you kidding me? I went out to those protests in LA and in Huntington Beach. And I was with other people whose fire burned way brighter than mine. And for someone who's really loud and passionate, I felt at home. I was out there and it felt good and uplifting and so strong watching everyone united. And I was like, as an anime lover and as a lover of comic book heroes and people who just fight against the overpowering evil, this is the feeling right here, marching through the streets of LA as one, chanting as one. Never before have I felt closer to being a superhero. And I took that fire and I took it out of that protest. And people were like, too angry. I was like, I'm not even angry. I'm just passionate. This is weird. So is it going to be hard? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard with your closest people. It's going to be hard with strangers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. How many times did Naruto go down? How many times has Goku died and come back? Because he was like, oh, no, I'm dead. But then he came back because he's like, I got to save the universe. He never said, I'm going to do the spirit bomb and I'm only going to save this certain people. I'm not going to save you. I'm not, maybe you, I'm not going to. No, never did Goku do that. Never. Goku literally said, save all of everyone. And then he died because he messed up, and then he came back again. He's like, I'll do it again. So if you get downtrodden, or if someone pushes back, or you just feel at your lowest, just don't worry and fight back, because someone else is feeling that too, probably in a worse capacity. And if you just find them, reach out, hold their hand, band together, that power, that link is so much stronger together than it is apart. Find them, cleave to them, and then you stand up together. And then if you both fall down, find someone else, grab them, hold on to them, strengthen the link, stand up again. That's mainly that's this whole episode. That's just, feelings. Be nice to people. Don't be racist. Don't be racist. That's the main thing. Take away. Don't be racist. I can't even say. If you didn't listen to anything else, just don't be racist. And if you're confused, think of your favorite anime and go, would my favorite anime character be okay with this? Even Sasuke, who I hate. I don't hate anyone or anything or any character. I hate Sasuke. And even Sasuke would be like, dude, don't be racist. Like, y'all. Anyways, thank you for coming to this episode of Beyond the Northern Wall. I see Sarah drinking the water. There we go. Anyways, this was the episode of Beyond the Northern Wall. This actually ends the anime series. Starting next week, we start a brand new series. It's going to be, and I'm already anticipating next week because we're going into my territory. As much as we are an anime crew, and as much as I am the Hanjo, I have to say that my realm of expertise, where all of my passion goes, as Core knows, is in the realm of comic books. Marvel, DC, Dark Horse. Y'all thought I forgot about Dark Horse, huh? Dark Horse comic books. We're going to delve into the realm of comic books. And it's going to start next week in the comic series. First and foremost, me explaining why I hate the new 52 with a fiery passion. Anyways, that happens next week. For this week, on Friday, continuing on the amazing trend of celebrating Black History Month, we have Improve Your Improv on Instagram with my bro TP. It was her birthday yesterday. So cute. She's going to be holding another session on Instagram with none other than our very own Ida. Oh, that's the wrong side. And our Black Panther. Oh my gosh, I can't point. With Shellen. Shellen will be joining her on Instagram at 7 p.m. this Friday, Pacific Standard Time. If you don't know what time zone that is in your part of the world, you just gotta Google it. Just go on Google. You push in the time slot and literally it does it for you. The internet's an amazing place. I don't control it. As Sarah knows, I don't control the internet yet. But tune in on our Instagram. If you're not following us yet, please, if you're on TikTok, awesome. Thank you so much for following us there. But make sure you follow us on Instagram. That's where all of our stuff happens. That's where we tell you what shows we're doing, what performances are coming up, what amazing collaborations are going on. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. Speaking of collaborations, I gotta pull it up because I didn't do it earlier, so I'm going to talk while I do this on my computer. We have an amazing collaboration coming up on Instagram. We're going to be actually doing a giveaway in order to really launch it. Boom! What is that? Is that Kaiban? Oh my God, was it Jujutsu Kaisen? I was like, what is this called? Kaiban Zero is a new apparel company with some of our friends spearheading it. We are doing a collaboration with them and we are doing an amazing giveaway for their tote bag. And I wear my hoodie so often. I probably should have prepared it, but it's in the laundry because I wear it all the time. I don't wear hoodies, y'all. I don't wear hoodies, but I wear this hoodie. Even Joseph was like, oh no, I don't like that style of hoodie, but I like that hoodie. We are giving away a hoodie and a tote bag of Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I've been watching it. It's not like I'm not completely obsessed with it. But who ain't simping for Gojo Sensei? I'm just saying. And I never know anyone's characters in anime. I don't know their names or anything. So all I know is it's Eyebags Natsu and weird looking Gray. And then like that girl who kind of looks like someone. I don't know. She's my favorite. I don't even know her name. The girl. The girl is my favorite. It's the extent of my knowledge. There's too much going on here. So make sure you tune in. It's going to start on Friday. We'll be announcing that giveaway. And you can do entries. And we're going to give away a hoodie and a tote. The tote is awesome. You'll see it then. I'm not going to put it up just yet. But you'll see it then. Make sure you're following us on Instagram for that giveaway. Also, we have something in the works. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna wait. Vague enough for you to show up next week and find out. So show up next week, same time, same place. We'll talk about it. We'll consider it. We might not tell you about it. We'll tell you about it, or hint at it. We'll say it vaguely enough that you'll show back up. But anyways, thank you for joining me here. It was a great talk. Let's go take that serious problem and let's go fight it together. Yeah, as a team. Make no room for racists. If we're going to cancel anything, let's cancel racism. Not saying. Y'all are great. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we're going to bring it in. We say Sotomato on 3. We go 1, 2, 3. You got to hit your salute. Offer up your hearts to all of humanity, not just some, but all. And then you say Sotomato as loud as you can. Does that mean vocally? No. You say Sotomato in your heart. And when you say Sotomato, you say it knowing that you offer up your heart to all of humanity. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. There are no guards at the gate. There are no qualifications to be met. You offer your heart up to humanity. And it means in any capacity that you can do. So unless you feel that in your heart, you don't do the salute. But when you do the salute, no. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Sotomato. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you next time.